Alright guys, so we're just about done with the profile. We just need the GitHub repositories if the user put their GitHub username. So in the main profile.js component, let's go under, let's see, we want to go right below this div. And we're going to check to see if there's a GitHub username. So let's say profile.github username. So if that exists, then we're going to go ahead and display the profile GitHub component, which we still need to create, and we want to pass in the username. Actually, I'm not sure if we need to pass the username in. Let's just do that for now. All right, so up here, let's bring it in. Profile GitHub. Okay, and we'll create that file. So github.js. All right. So in here, let's go ahead and actually, you know what? We do need the username because we're going to be calling that get GitHub repos action from that component. So we do need to pass the username in. So right here, let's say username equals profile dot GitHub username. All right, so let's do RACFP, and we're going to bring in a couple things here. We need connect since we're going to be calling an action. Yeah, let's do connect first. And then let's bring in that action. So get GitHub repos, which we created a couple videos ago. Oops, action slash profile. Let's see what else. Let's also bring in the spinner because we're going to be fetching data. And then let's bring in the use effect hook from React. All right, so that should be it. So in the props here, we're going to have the username that's passed in. We're going to have the action get GitHub repos. We're going to have the repos itself, which we'll get from the state. And let's go down here and let's export default connect. Okay, and in here we're going to map state to props, and we have get GitHub repos. All right, so for map state to props, we just want repos, which we can get from state.profile.repos. Okay, we just want that array. And then let's just fill in our prop types. So we have get GitHub repos, which is a function. We have repos, which is an array. And we have username, which is a string. Okay, so now we're ready to put our JSX in here. So let's say return. Actually, you know what? Let's do our use effect first before we do that. So we'll say use effect, and we're going to call get GitHub repos, and we're going to pass in the username prop. And then let's add right here get GitHub repos username. All right, so I just want to see, I mean, nothing's going to show up but I want to see if the repos get filled. So let's go into look in profile, and then right here in repos, you can see that there's 5 repositories. Awesome. So we want to display those down here. So let's continue on. Let's see, let's replace this. Let's do a class of profile dash GitHub. And in here we'll have an h2 with the class of text primary. And let's also do my-1. And we'll just say GitHub repos. Okay, now under the h2, we're gonna make sure that repos is not null. So let's say if repos is equal to null, then let's show spinner. Else, then we're gonna map through the repos and display them. So let's say repos.map, and for each repo, let's show a div. You could create another component called like GitHub item or something, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it right in here. So we'll just put a div, and we have to give this a key. So for the key, let's do repo._id, and I'm also going to do a class name of repo bg-white and p-1 and my-1. All right, and then for each repository we want to show, let's see, I should probably, well, no, I mean we could copy it from the theme, but it's not that much, so we'll just type it out. So we just have a div. We have inside that div an h4 with a link to the repository. So let's do an a tag here. This is going to go to repo.html_URL, and let's put a target, and we'll do _blank so it opens on a new tab, and then rel, we're going to set that to no opener and no referrer. And then in here, we want to put the repo name. All right, so let's see if that actually shows up so far. Okay, so we're getting profile error over and over. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, the reason for that is we don't want to actually call GitHub repos here. We just want to claim it as a dependency. So let's try that. There we go. So now we're seeing our repos. Good. We also want like the stars, the watchers. We want that stuff over here as well. So let's continue on here and go under the h4, and we're going to put a paragraph with the description. So repo.description, and let's go under after this div right here. We're going to put another div, because we're using CSS grid here to align these two divs, and this one's going to have a UL, and let's do an LI with the class of badge. You can see I really borrowed the Bootstrap classes here, and then badge primary, and this is going to be the stars, so I'm going to do stars, stars, and set that to repo dot, and it's called stargazers_count. All right, and then I'm just going to copy this. Let's copy this down twice because we also want the watchers. I'm going to change the badge primary though to badge dark, and then this is going to be the watchers, and change this to repo.watchers_count. And then we want the forks as well. I'm going to change the primary to light, and this is going to be forks count and forks. Okay, and like I said before, there's a ton of stuff available through the GitHub API. So if you want to make this more extensive, of course you could do that. you could even make a whole separate page with all the users' GitHub stuff. All right, so let's try that out. And there we go. So we can see the stars, the watchers, and the forks for the latest 5 repositories, also the title and the description. And this should go to another tab and bring us to the actual repo. All right, cool. Our profiles are complete. In John Doe, he doesn't have any, so nothing shows up down here. He didn't put his GitHub username in. Cool. So I think that we're all set with the profiles. So now we only have one main part of the application to do, and that's the posts. Okay, and there's quite a bit to do, but that's really it, and then we're pretty much done. We'll go ahead and deploy to Heroku after that. All right, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the course and learning a lot. And if you took the first version of the course, hopefully you can see some of the changes for the good. I mean, we used a lot of deprecated lifecycle methods and stuff like that. I think that this version of the course is much cleaner. There's much less code and it's less confusing. The way that we're doing errors and stuff like that is much easier. So hopefully you can see the benefit in the update. But that's it. Let's go ahead and continue on in the next section.